(1895) and chiropractic, as in the year 1895. Right now it's September 18th of 2018. On September 18th of 1895 was the first chiropractic adjustment. So that was 123 years ago. If you hadn't heard the story, here's the story really briefly. Harvey Lillard was the first chiropractic patient. He was straining himself, felt something move in his upper back, and then was deaf in one ear. He goes to D.D. Palmer. Dr. Palmer, the first chiropractor, hence Palmer College of Chiropractic. The one in Iowa is the one I went to, Palmer College. D.D. Palmer evaluated him, found a bone out of alignment, a bone that was stuck in his upper back, adjusted it, and the hearing was restored in one ear. Sounds kind of weird. Now think of the neurology understanding in 1895. Not so good, right? So we knew that there was no ear nerve down there, so chiropractors were quacks. We were quacks right from the start. We couldn't explain how an adjustment here in the upper thoracic, upper back area of the spine could affect someone's hearing. For the first several decades of chiropractic, chiropractors were working on people with visceral problems, mental disorders, and infectious diseases. But we couldn't explain how we were getting results. We just knew that we were working on the spine and somehow influencing the nervous system, and people were getting great results. But because we couldn't explain it in detail, we were quacks, right? And literally, chiropractors were thrown in jail for the first several decades, okay? And then neurology studies finally started catching up, say around the 70s. Then we understood that the switchboard in the center of the brain called the thalamus, is receiving information from the body, the sensory system, and then distributing that information like a switchboard to the rest of the brain. In Harvey Lillard's situation, his hearing pathways were completely fine. He had no ear injury, he had no hearing nerve injury, and no injury to the brain that received that information from the ear. What we knew was his thalamus inside the brain was not receiving the circuits or the sensory information and allowing it to go through to the brain. When Dr. D.D. Palmer did the adjustment, he stimulated a bunch of nerve endings, mechanoreceptors, nerve endings, which went to the thalamus, activated the thalamus, brought the thalamus nerve endings back up to speed so the hearing information could go back through. Pretty cool. We now know that as thalamic integration. So how does that affect you? Well, that's one of the beauties of chiropractic, is when a chiropractor is working on your spine, we're harnessing those very powerful nerve networks in and around the spinal tissues, which activate these sensory nerve endings that fire into the brain and make all regions of the brain work better. Of course, most people go to the chiropractor when they're in pain, but the real gift for people is when they consider going to the chiropractor for overall systemic health and wellness. That's the present, that's the gift that Harvey Lillard and Dr. D.D. Palmer is offering us as a note in history from September 18th of 1895. If you're watching us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up, please. Also, please subscribe. Make an enriching comment if you care to. I'm Dr. Scott Fuller.